Picture this. You're part of a superhero team, and when any one of your team members is in trouble, the whole team jumps in to help. That's what it's like for Canada as part of NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. NATO is all about countries working together to protect each other and keep the world safe. Today, we're going to dive into Canada's role in NATO, how we help protect other countries, and what this alliance means for Canada's defense. Brought to you by Super Simple Sheets. From coast to coast, worksheets that work. Discover the full range of what we offer at supersimplesheets.com. Section 1. What is NATO and why is Canada involved? NATO was created in 1949, after World War II, when several countries decided to team up to keep the peace. The idea is simple. If one NATO country is attacked, it's like attacking all of them. So everyone comes together to defend each other. Think of it like a neighborhood watch, but for countries. Now, you might be wondering, why is Canada part of NATO? Most of NATO's countries are in Europe, but Canada cares a lot about keeping peace around the world. By joining NATO, Canada makes sure that if anything threatens peace, we're there to help. Being in NATO means standing up for freedom, safety, and justice, values that are super important to Canada. Section 2. Canada's military commitments to NATO. Canada is not just in NATO for the meetings. We contribute in big ways. One of our biggest roles is sending troops, equipment, and resources when needed. Let's look at a few examples. During the Cold War, when tensions were high between NATO countries and the Soviet Union, Canada stationed around 10,000 troops in Germany to protect NATO allies. And even today, Canada is still stepping up. Right now, we lead a NATO mission in Latvia, a small country near Russia. Our soldiers are there to make sure Latvia and other nearby countries feel safe. Canada doesn't just help with soldiers. We send our Air Force and Navy too. For example, our fighter jets have flown missions in places like Libya to help NATO protect civilians during conflicts. And our Navy regularly joins NATO fleets, helping patrol oceans to make sure they stay safe. Section 3. How NATO shapes Canadian defense. Being part of NATO impacts how Canada prepares its military. We need to be ready at all times, so we regularly update our equipment, like jets, submarines, and tanks. Canada spends billions every year on defense to make sure we can contribute to NATO missions when called upon. In fact, in 2023, Canada's defense budget was over $26 billion. We invest in the latest technology to stay prepared. But it's not just about having the best gear. NATO also influences Canada's focus on peacekeeping. Canada often takes on missions that involve helping to keep peace before things get out of control. Diplomats from Canada work to prevent conflicts through negotiations and peaceful solutions. Section 4. Real examples of Canada in NATO. Let's talk about a few real-world examples where Canada has played a major role in NATO missions. First, we have Canada's involvement in the war in Afghanistan. After the attacks on September 11, 2001, NATO launched a mission to stabilize Afghanistan, and Canada was a huge part of this effort. We sent over 40,000 troops to help rebuild schools, train Afghan soldiers, and protect civilians. Unfortunately, 158 Canadian soldiers lost their lives, showing Canada's deep commitment to helping others. Another important example is NATO's mission in Kosovo. In 1999, NATO stepped in to stop violence in Kosovo, a region in Europe, and Canada was part of the effort to bring peace. Our fighter jets and troops helped stop ethnic violence and protect civilians in the area. Conclusion: why Canada's role in NATO matters. So, what's the takeaway? Canada's role in NATO is about more than just being part of a big group. It's about actively stepping up when the world needs help, sending troops, supporting peace missions, and making important decisions to keep the world safe. Whether it's protecting a small country like Latvia or helping rebuild war-torn regions like Afghanistan, Canada's involvement in NATO shows that we are committed to standing up for peace and security around the globe. Through military action or peaceful diplomacy, Canada continues to play a key role in keeping the world a safer place. Thanks for watching. Simplify your teaching journey with Super Simple Sheets. Across Canada, we're known for our ready-to-use, curriculum-aligned worksheets. Dive into our educational solutions at supersimplesheets.com. Super Simple Sheets. From coast to coast, worksheets that work.